Hey y'all, this is your Watch Me First for week 2. Now, as you can see that there is already a Watch Me First here. I'm going to replace that with this link because I just noticed that it was blurry halfway down. So I'm going to do that part over here, but let's talk about what is in your week 2. For week 2, what you have is, I am going to use my marker. The first thing you have is a quiz 1 that is due. It is on chapters 1 and 2. There are about 25 questions in it, and the total points is 60 points for the quiz. It's an open book, 1 attempt, unlimited time. It is due Wednesday by 11:30. So just remember that you have an assignment that is due Wednesday, and then you have an assignment that is due Sunday at 11:30. So the assignment that is due Sunday at 11:30 is your cultural autobiography. So for cultural autobiography, here are the instructions. Here is the rubric. I have given you a good example, and the reason I'm saying the 2 is before, and a good example, another good example. This one, the example 1 is a PowerPoint. Example 2 was a Google slide that I put it as PDF, and then you also have a video example. So you can use any format that you want to use. You can even use a Prezi if that is something that you want to use. So you have your cultural autobiography here. So let's look at what does that mean. What are we doing in the cultural autobiography? Basically, you are looking at how your identity is influenced by the various groups or subgroups that you have. How do you perceive yourself on the cultural continuum? How do you think about yourself with your class, race, ethnicity, gender, language, religion? Each one of these have to be answered because each one of this has points on your rubric, and which I'll show you in just a minute. Basically, what you are talking about is you're going to take each of these subgroup at a time, explain how your membership in a particular subgroup has helped you create the person you are, and how does it influence you to perceive the world and those around you. This part is very important. How does it influence to perceive you and the world around you? So that is something that you want to think about. Okay, so let me go back and show you the rubric. And here is the rubric. As you can see, each single one of them has a specific points, 10 points each. You basically won't be doing APA formatting or citations. Just in case you do, these are the points for it. You have to use the correct APA. Education uses APA and not MLA. These are basically points that you get. I've seen mostly. So for full credit, you identify your positioning. Where do you stand in that subgroup? Explain how it relates to your positioning and how that has influenced your identity. And so those are the 3 things that you need in all of those. So when you talk about relating to the dominant or the non-dominant subgroup, you basically are talking about in that how has it created that person and how do you see. So this is what you do in your cultural autobiography. Let me open up an example. So I'll just open up the first one. So let's look at language. So she talks about her knowing that bilingual, thinking about how about it now, I wish they would have. So she has thinking that wish she would have learned that Spanish so that she could have benefited in her future culture and everything. Like in religion, I will never discriminate others for having a different belief than I do. And you guys can read this and get more ideas about it. But these are some of the good examples that you have. So if you have any questions, don't forget to post on the course question discussion board. And I look forward to getting to know you guys a little bit more.